After John is taken into heaven, he sees God holding a scroll that is sealed with 7 seals. I saw a scroll in the right hand of the one who sat on the throne. It had writing on both sides and was sealed with 7 seals. Apocalypse 5:1. What is this scroll? And what is the purpose of the seals? I propose that the book is an inheritance document. There are 3 reasons for supposing that this is the case. First, the idea of an inheritance is a major theme of the writings of the New Testament. For example, St. Paul wrote, "And if you belong to Christ, then you are Abraham's descendant, heirs according to the promise." Galatians 3:29. Where did the apostles learn about the theme of inheritance? From Jesus, who taught in his famous Sermon on the Mount, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the land." Matthew 5:5. The inheritance of the saints is the New Testament equivalent of the land of Canaan in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, God promised the Israelites the land of Canaan. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, "To your descendants I will give this land." Genesis 12:7. But in the New Testament, Jesus promises the saints a heavenly dwelling place. "In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If there were not, would I have told you that I am going to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back again and take you to myself, so that where I am, you also may be." John 14:2-3. Second, a particular passage regarding the idea of an inheritance in the book of Hebrews possesses strong parallels to the 5th chapter of the Apocalypse. For this reason, he is mediator of a new covenant. Since a death has taken place for deliverance from transgressions under the first covenant, those who are called may receive the promised eternal inheritance. Now, where there is a will, the death of the testator must be established, for a will takes effect only at death. It has no force while the testator is alive. Hebrews 9:15-17. In other words, just as an inheritance is valid when the testator dies, so the new covenant became valid when Jesus, the testator of the new covenant, died on the cross. Third, once the seals are broken, the new heaven, new earth, and new Jerusalem are revealed. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. The former heaven and the former earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. I also saw the holy city, a new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Apocalypse 21:1-2. And Jesus explains that the new Jerusalem is an inheritance. "The victor will inherit these gifts, and I shall be his God, and he will be my son." Apocalypse 21:7.